What's going on, everybody? Scott from SRA Training Systems. Today I just want to go over 3 common mistakes that I see when people are doing pressing exercises like dumbbell bench press or regular bench press. And I see these mistakes whether the bench is inclined or flat. Pretty typical in new lifters, but let's check them out. All right, so the first mistake I typically see, and this is usually in new lifters when people are pressing, this will be easier to tell with the bench incline, but this also happens when people are benching flat as well. But what happens is people have a tendency to, because the bench is on an angle, they will press the dumbbells out at an angle instead of pressing them up to the ceiling. So new lifters, a lot of times you'll see them here and they're pressing the weights out here. The problem with that is now gravity is pulling your arm down this way instead of you working against it up here. So you're just not going to be able to lift nearly as much weight if you're pressing the weights out in front of you. Okay, so the easiest fix for that is you want to think about pressing them up to the ceiling instead of pressing them out in front of you. And that's actually going to lead us into the next common mistake because they kind of go hand in hand. So the next common mistake I see is people don't have their chest up appropriately, and this typically will lead to pressing the weights out in front of you, that first mistake we talked about. So what this looks like is people will get set up to press, but their chest is really flat, and then they end up pressing the dumbbells out like this. All right, so what you want to do when you're pressing is we want to create a nice big platform, right? We want to get a big arch in our back, and think about lifting your chest up to the ceiling and almost like trying to meet the dumbbells or meet the barbell with your chest. So what I mean by that is when you get set up, you're gonna really try to arch your chest up nice and tall so that you've got this whole chest area exposed here, and you really got that up nice and tall, and then you can really press them straight up to the ceiling from there, okay? And what that does is it really exposes your chest and shoulder muscles so that they can better press and be in a stronger position to press from instead of being collapsed forward. Some people might say, well, you're arching your back. Is that safe or is that dangerous? Well, your spine is designed to work in a multitude of different ways. So this is perfectly safe. And also there's no loading coming vertically in this exercise. So by arching your back, there's no load being placed or transduced vertically on your spine. So it's totally safe to arch in this situation, and it's actually going to help you be stronger, press better, and actually target your pecs and shoulders a bit more when you're doing this exercise. All right, and then the third common mistake I see, and this one's going to kind of tie all 3 of these together so that we can have a nice good bench, is people don't get their feet set. Okay, what I mean by that is a lot of times you'll see, especially new lifters, when they are getting towards the end of their set and they're starting to struggle, they might start lifting a leg up or something like that, and as soon as they do that, they end up missing the lift. Your body likes stability. It's going to be strongest when it's most stable. So we want to get those feet nice and rooted into the ground, press down into the ground, and use that to help you press up. It's also going to help you create that arch like we talked about with the last mistake. So this one will kind of tie all 3 of these together. So what we want to do is come down, use our feet to help us get that arch set. It's totally fine to have them here, totally fine to have them here. Either way, you want to have them nice and rooted into the ground, chest up nice and tall, press those things straight to the ceiling, back to your chest, and then straight down. So just to recap, all right, we want to make sure we're pressing the dumbbells straight up to the ceiling, get that nice big arch in your back, get your chest up, meet the dumbbells with the chest, and keep your feet nice and rooted into the ground. You'll be in the strongest position, help you lift the most weight, and you'll continue to progress on your journey. So give those a shot. Let me know what you think.